Hola. I guess I feel inspired to kind of do a review. We're gonna be really casual about it, but this this masterpiece has finally arrived. Ever since this was announced, at the end of 2022, I've been anxiously awaiting this. It was supposed to be released in December of last year, 2023. Unfortunately, Big Bad Toy Store was experiencing some kind of shipping issue, and he arrived late. I just saw that Jobby the Hong got his today. I got mine yesterday, the same day I went to see Godzilla x Kong. I didn't mean to open up that can of worms, but in case you are wondering, yes, I've seen it, and all the positive reviews that sum up the movie as fun are absolutely correct. It is fun. That's kind of where there are other positive aspects of that movie. There are, but that's where the significant ones end. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. This figurine, speaking of positive things with Godzilla, this Hiya Toys King Ghidorah is incredible. If any of you are thinking or considering getting this figure, you need to pull the fucking trigger. This thing is immaculate. I have never been this excited about a Godzilla figurine, maybe ever, since getting it. This is the most satisfying thing I've had in so long. This is absolutely one of my favorite figurines I own. It's sharing the spot with that other number 3 over there. 3 horns, 3-horn face, 3 heads. I joined. If you are like me, then you are probably among the ranks of people who are fed up with SH Monstars bullshit. I don't really have any of the figures out right now because I'm packing everything up. But in 2019, when Godzilla King of the Monsters came out, that movie blew me away. It was exactly what I had hoped that a Godzilla film in America could lead up to. It was the fanfare was there. There was the passion. And sure, it had a lot of flaws, but that movie delivered Godzilla in an American context in the fan-based way that I'd wanted, and the reverence that I felt like the characters deserved. And the character designs in particular are the real standout. And this guy, King Ghidorah, has never really been one of my absolute favorite kaiju in Godzilla's roster until this movie. And this design is incredible, and I desperately wanted one. I had gotten so many other ones. I had the SH Monstars Rodan and Mothra, and the NECA Godzillas and the NECA Mothra, and I just didn't have a King Ghidorah for so long because SH Monstars is ridiculously expensive. And from day one, I didn't like that figure. Its inaccuracies, its heads were enormous. They were twice the size of Godzilla's. It was just completely incorrect from... my brain, I remember proportions pretty well, and you can get away with some kind of little things, but that figure was out of whack, and it was just horrible quality, falling apart. You saw the reviews, and it was awful. And then SH does it again, and they make it more expensive, and it's just SH Monstars is a horrendous company. I'm sick and tired of their antics. I'm sick and tired of even remotely supporting them, even through secondhand purchases. This is just exactly what I 2019. It's 2024. I've been waiting this long for this character. And back in 2022, I had finally caved and bought the Art Spirits King Ghidorah figure, which you guys know I had. I've boxed it up and it's ready to be packed. I actually took pictures of it because I'm selling it as soon as I move. I don't want to start selling it now because I don't want any kind of issues. I don't want to have to worry about the selling process while I'm moving things around. So I'm going to wait until I'm moved to start selling that guy. But I got that, and it satisfied me enough. But it was still based off of concept art. It was still not 100% accurate. It wasn't articulated. There was a lot of ways for that thing to go up. And it was really expensive. It was $300. And I could have gotten it for a lot cheaper than that, but I waited too long because I really wanted to hold out for a better figure, and it just never came along. And then by the time I just caved, it was $300. At least I can still get that much money back for it. It's still, its market value is really high. So that figure is basically paying for this one, and then I'm going to have spare change. So this thing finally being able to replace that is a dream come true. I mean, it is 100% accurate to the film. The paint on this thing looked kind of iffy in some, like not bad, but just kind of in some videos I had seen. It is incredible in person. The paint quality on this thing, I'm not going to be giving you really high quality footage of this because I'm not putting that much time into this. This is kind of a PSA review kind of thing. But this motherfucker, I mean, the fact that you can move all of these wing segments and pose him in I've already tried it. I gotten him into that crouched over pose. The mobile segments at the bottom here give you so much more flexibility. This was the pose I put him in earlier when I put him up there with the rest of the dudes here. I'll just kind of, because he's not even using, this guy comes with stands that actually work, unlike SH Monster Arts bullshit. And he doesn't need them. Like, I just move them, I move him around and just put him up here just like that. And he's in this wicked cool pose. I forgot I moved Kevin's head, so he doesn't look like he's dodging it as much. But I had him in a cool pose earlier with these guys just to test out how he looks. So easy to move this guy around, and he doesn't need his stands, even though he has them, which is something that I complained about with the BOTM Tyrannosaurus, because that thing is awesome, but it desperately needs stands that it doesn't have. This thing has the stands, and it doesn't even fucking need them. This thing is it is incredible. It's knocked it out of the park. I have no complaints. Everything just is in one piece. It doesn't fall apart. It went together extremely easily. All I needed to do was 2 tails. I heated them up, popped right in. Real easy, real simple. The tongues move on this thing for some stupid reason. They don't need to, but they do. I mean, perfection. Actual perfection. This thing is peak figure design. It is peak Godzilla figure. It's a character I've wanted for so long. Please, if you are even on the fence, or you've been waiting, you love King Ghidorah like me, and you've been waiting at all, your wait is over. This is it. This is the guy. We finally have it. And SH Monster Arts' case is over. It's just 100,000% over. Hiya Toys was burying them already and proving that they're obsolete. This is the final nail in the coffin, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. It surpasses SH Monster Arts, and it goes further. It fixes every issue we had with it, and it goes beyond that. This, Hiya Toys, you have earned my loyalty. You have earned my loyalty. I will go out of my way to buy figures that I may not have wanted before, just because I want to support you guys, right? Like, I really want to keep my collection a lot more simple, a lot smaller, but there are some figures where I was a little bit like, I don't know, maybe I could just live without this. It does look cool, but this just makes me that much more confident that I'm going to love what these guys pump out, and I cannot wait that they're finally doing things outside of the Monsterverse with that, I think it was Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, the Heisei figure. Just Hiya Toys, thank you so much. I know you listen to your fans instantaneously. They've been really listening to people's feedback. The first Godzilla that they did for the Monsterverse had some neck issues, and yet I still really love it despite the neck issues. That's the one I have right over here. And they immediately addressed those and made it so much better. And this thing, I mean, just first try King Ghidorah, this is nuts. This is one of the hardest figures to pull off, and they nailed it. Nailed it. I'm just going to keep rambling and rambling. I can go on and on, but they just nailed it. This is superb. I mean, the genuine happiness off my face is glowing right now. This is probably the most positive thing I've done. All this Kikizilla shit lately, besides like the reviewing trikes until I need therapy, that was just a comedic bit or whatever. But my videos have been very cynical, huh? Yeah, Kikizilla's he's a cynical grump now. Well, that's because I have a poor relationship with YouTube at this point, and I really don't want to make it a huge part of my life anymore. But this is a really positive, happy moment that I really want to share with you guys. And it's a triumph. It's a victory for Godzilla fans. It's a victory for collectors. And it's a victory for King Ghidorah fans. This thing is incredible. Just support it. And if King Ghidorah isn't your cup of tea and $110 isn't your forte, it's too much. Which, by the way, is so cheap. It's the cheapest $110 I've ever spent. Oh my god, this thing feels like it could be $250 and I'd be happy with it. It's so good. I legitimately might buy the golden one just because I can, right? Like, just to have another one. I don't know. We'll see. I hope I have more restraint than that, but fuck it. I mean, it's worth it. It's the same price, too. And, but victory, people. This is a victory. If this isn't your cup of tea, then, you know, wait for what other figure you want, and I can guarantee you Hiya Toys has got it covered. So, thanks for chilling with me if you've sat through this whole 11 minutes of me rambling, and happy figure collecting.